Hello and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory Let's Play Flattsburg, episode 4. Well now, I've done a little bit of research. I've also looked at all the comments. Thank you for telling me about the Minox. I cannot find anywhere that says at what depth that they actually spawn on hard mode. The most I've seen is that they spawned at 39 or 40. So as far as automating iron and lithium, that's going to be a lot different than I've done before, which is kind of interesting for me. You know, I like games where different settings change different things and they don't even tell you what they do. So every time you play through, as long as you change your settings, you're going to have different things. Anyway, let's get back to this. I kind of fixed this a little bit. I now have lithium coils also being brought onto here, and I think this is all okay. Not sure. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with the power for the research assemblers. I'm going to build power up here. First we're going to start with pyrotherms, and then we're going to upgrade the pyrotherms to jet turbines. So then for a long time my research pod assemblers, they're just going to have their own power, because like I said, they take a lot of power, and I'm going to need a lot of research pods. So having their own power would be a good thing. Right. Now I'm not sure exactly what dictates this, but you always start with a coal vein right here by your CPH. It always has a little tiny coal vein for you to do your tutorial things. Mine ran out. Not a problem. I'm going to just reclaim all of these buildings. And then I'm going to rebuild the storage hopper, which used to be a logistics hopper. Now I'm going to attach a storage hopper directly to that for coal. And we'll get to better ways of doing this later. That 100 coal will last hours and hours and hours. One thing I've noticed is there always seems to be a pretty large coal vein right by where your CPH is. You know, pretty much on some sort of diagonal axis from your CPH. I don't know if that's coded or if I just get lucky. But it's always usually pretty large. You know, 3.3 million, that will probably get me 2 jet turbines. I don't think I'm going to ever have to be looking for more coal, except for maybe when I'm mining this copper vein that I have found. Because that copper vein over there won't last forever. What I did find was this copper vein over here. Now I know it's kind of far away from my base, but look at the size of this thing. It is absolutely massive. For a surface copper vein, 36 million is more than I have ever seen on the surface. Normally the surface veins I find tend to be a lot smaller. That's a pretty large vein, and that will be worth me taking my time to come over here. That's why I put very obvious telltale marker of where that copper is. It will be worth my time to come over here and eventually pick up that, or start mining that. Especially because we're going to be building our smelting right in this corner here, which is actually a lot closer to the copper, pretty close to the iron, pretty close to the lithium. I have a feeling that until I figure out a good way to fight off the Minox, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of manual transportation of things. You know, I'll do that off camera and whatnot, but again, once I figure out how the Minox work, I get some guns, we're going to have everything automated. It's going to be behind the scenes. It's going to be fantastic. Now that I've gone over all those things, I want to, first we got to hook up a excavator on our coal over there. But we're also going to need to generate power over there. And I'm sure everyone knows about this, but you can basically just, you can mine coal locally. You don't have to send power over. You can just redirect the coal that you're burning, or that you're gathering, excuse me. Just put it in an add remove. Just put the pyrotherm right there with the battery. He'll pick it up, put it in there, he'll burn it, fill that, which will in turn power this. Now, to get the whole process started, you do need to manually feed it, because it doesn't just give you coal magically. This isn't Factorio, sorry. And that should kick on as soon as that has some coal in it. It's about to. Give that a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Now that has coal in it, that should kick on. There we go. Okay. And that is taken care of for now. And then when I want this coal, I'm going to run a conveyor, bring it to the CPH, and then I'll probably do my coal enriching right over here. Might as well. I mean, there's no reason really to do it anywhere else. I also want to basically do the same thing for tin. Because I can just put 100 coal in these, and they last a very long time. And I have a feeling I'm going to need all of these lasers when it comes to fighting these Minox. I'm probably going to be dedicating a lot of power to my turrets. It's fine. It's interesting. I didn't want this to be the same exact playthrough that I've already done. I mean, the flatland option's kind of nice, but having harder difficulty is going to make things a lot more interesting, I think. I will be right back. Alright, so to make the laboratory components, I'm actually going to need pods, which comes from those research assemblers. So I'm going to want to start thinking about getting power generated up there. I haven't really, thought it through too much. This is kind of on the fly. And I think that'll make it a little bit more interesting. I do want 4 of these at least, because these are just, they're not even going to do anything. And I don't want to be beaming multiple beams down. Nah, that's just not what I want. So, got some generators. Get a couple, oh, I'm out of iron. That will have to do for now. So we're going to hop on up here. I won't get it on the first try. That's fine. Take the elevator and the stairs. Well, I'm definitely going to have something like that. And I'll come back when I figure out the rest. It's definitely not the prettiest, but it works. Now, you can already tell the first 3 are being made. Lithium, not so much. Ouch. Because I don't think I had any lithium coils in there. I'm just gonna let this run for a second. Oh. Silly me. You silly sod. Okay then. Well, that's easy enough to fix. Ooh. Probably should have came down here first, huh? Gotta fix my storage now. Okay. Empty, empty. I'm probably gonna have to change this setup because right now, until I have 100 down below, he's not going to make them. So I'm gonna get rid of these 2 for now. I don't really need them down below just yet. Right now I really need the pods, but I will be needing them eventually, so I can come fix those later. That's not an issue. Fix my storage. Fix my roof. Okay. That will do for now. As far as where my research laboratory deal is gonna go, I'm not quite sure, but it's probably gonna be in this building. I might just put it, in this spot. I mean, I've got the lift there, but I could also put it upstairs. Haven't quite got there yet. I still need more of the research assemblers pods, which I just realized. I made a boo-boo there. Are these all on remove only? That is not on remove only. Okay. So there will be issues there if I don't change that, fix it now. I'll be right back. So I'm definitely going to need a lot more iron. I need to make 4 more hoppers at least. I can for now just to get a couple here and there. Put logistics hoppers, but I am not in that much of a rush. In fact, yeah, it's going to be a little while before I even have enough iron to do that. So instead, I'll dump off the iron that I do have. I'm going to start replacing all this snow. The snow has got to go, is the general consensus. I do have quite a bit of planks. It probably won't be enough to get me through all of this construction, but it will get me a pretty good distance into it. So I just ping off a couple blocks from afar. Now, because I'm using wooden planks to cover now over where the snow used to be, I'll probably turn my reinforced wooden planks road into some sort of concrete road, just to make it look different and nice and everything. I should be able to just build to me all through across this, and I'll come back when I have something to show you. Got batteries and hoppers on all of these. Now I just gotta wait some time and I can start building my research lab. It's a start. The slimes are showing up a lot better on the wood. Speaking of the slimes, I think it is time to build a real slime trap. Not just the, you know, randomly wandering into. I can't wait to see how this looks. I think it's going to look pretty amazing. And I probably went, there we go. I went right past it. So the last time I played around with these, they did not require power. How do I want to do this? Maybe I want to put it right here. I'm not sure how that'll affect it. Now I do need some ruined parts, and to do that, I'll just put a hopper down, toggle vacuum mode, and it's going to pick up these parts. And then after they spend a very short time in a regular hopper, they'll turn into spoiled parts. It really only takes, like, I don't know the exact amount of time, but I think it only takes, like, sometimes I've seen them turn in a couple seconds, sometimes it takes a minute. I'll come back to that. It might be okay here. I might actually have to put him down there. Oh, there we go. Spoiled parts. I'm gonna add these to my hotbar. Probably looking right at them. Wonder if he changed the icon. I know you guys are looking at them and saying, they're right there, they're right in front of your face, why don't you see them? But I don't. I picked them up, didn't I? Spoiled organic remains. Ah, that was weird. I know I saw that there were 2 in the chest. There were 2 pieces down there. And I only have 1 here. Huh. Oh well. No use worrying about it. Okay, they still don't need power. And it says bait active now. I don't remember seeing that before. And I got a... right above my head, I got another one of these things coming down. So now these guys are basically just going to start rushing to their death. All of them. I would almost feel threatened, but I know that they are harmless. Now that hopper down here is going to fill up very quickly because of this. But I will have all kinds of perfect eyes. I mean, I've already got 5 perfect eyes, 1 pristine gland. This stuff will start to pile up considerably. I'm going to have to work on storage next. Look at him go! Something slightly satisfying in watching this. I'll be back in a minute. I'd say it's only been 2 or 3 minutes, and that hopper down there is almost full. let's start emptying it out. Just to kind of look at what I get. Got some more spoiled parts. 2 more perfect dyes. 2 more, making macerators and the crystal stuff. That's all going to be incredibly easy as well. This almost feels like cheating. Having flatland and a slime attractor, they just don't stand a chance. Looks like there's going to be some of them spawning on top of my building up here, so I'll occasionally have spoiled parts laying around. That's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So next, I want to start building my smelter area. I'm going to have another building, and it's going to be pretty wide. It needs to accommodate enough smelters for all my tier 1 ores. Eventually, I'll be switching everything to blast furnaces. But for now, I want to have a lot of smelters for each bar. I want to get thousands and thousands of bars accumulated really quickly. As far as designing and all of that good stuff, I'm not quite sure with what I'm going to go yet. I would kind of like to keep the same kind of idea for my buildings. Well, that being said, it might be interesting to just make them completely different. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. Definitely going to expand my roadway out. All the way. Great thing about this game is it works as fast as you can click. So if you want to set some sort of macro to your mouse where you click, I don't know, 100 times faster, that would probably help. I don't know how to do that though. So there will be the foundation, I guess you'll call it. I'm going to play around a little bit, come up with something in my head, maybe lay down the first layer like that, and I'll be back. Last one in the pits, a rotten slime. Is this what they mean by Suicide Squad? Just out gathering some leaves for more paste. 'Cause right now it's the easiest thing for me. That and trees kind of bother me. And get a much better look at this guy with flatland on. Much better look. Seems like they always were in the middle of some mountain on my other campaign or playthrough. Nice artwork on these. Kudos to that. And we're already starting to get the spreading of resin. And it looks like they don't care about flatland. They are going to carve a path across. I'm definitely going to want to wipe these wasps out as soon as possible. They are going to mess up my pretty base. I just know it. I'm going to gather at these. Hopefully I don't get killed by a worm. Worms love to spawn on the soft resin. Eat my face. Unknown block detected. That would be, of course, well, it was the resin until I picked one up when I broke it. If you... Oh! Missed me! Slowpoke. I'm out of here. If one spawns, the other ones are going to start spawning. And I'm actually going to pick up some of this resin while I'm here because you need 200 of these for one of the first research projects. And it's pretty power hungry, that project. But it's okay because while I'm making my other pieces that I need for the other projects, this is a good, long time filling okay, this research project is something I could just forget about for a long time. I mean, obviously this resin is really super easy to gather, really easy to make because you just come over here where the tunnel nukers are, pick up 200 of it. How many do I have? Oh, right, it's going to be the unknown material. I need 30 more. Just really quickly. I'm making paste because I started to lay the foundation for my smelting area, and I ran out of paste. That's the resin, that's the worms, and I'll be back. I have decided to make it substantially larger. I laid the foundation. It originally only went to here. I kind of doubled it, I think. I believe this will be more sufficient in smelting. Basically, I just used a canvas and I painted it. Tested a couple different colors, and I think this is the color I like for Tier 1 smelting. I'm going to play around with the walls, make some windows, make it look a little prettier, and I'll come back when I have something else. Just about finished. The only thing I don't have is a roof. Real simple, basic structure. Looks nice though. We're gonna have all of our smelting for Tier 1 in here. I will probably also above, because you see I have made 2 levels. The second level I will most likely, I'm thinking paste, because I'm thinking maybe I will make underground here a mass storage facility underneath all of this, where I'm going to feed a quarry into. I'll take the stuff like the rocks and the trash and whatnot, feed it directly to the paste makers. I had a very large macerator set up last time. I don't believe I'm going to be doing that this time, because when I had the macerator set up, there wasn't any paste, so I probably won't do too many macerators. I'll still do the, I'll infuse the coal, crystal infuse the coal, but I don't think I'm going to grind much rock down into ore. Most of that rock's probably going to go right into paste, so we can make lots of buildings like this. I had 10,000 or so and down to 3.1, so I probably won't be able to make another building today. What I can do, however, with this particular building and this one is I'm going to make a small building here, and I'm going to start using that for storage like the diamonds and shrooms, research parts, all these things that are cluttering up my inventory, and you don't need to carry. You don't need to carry them. There's no reason to. You make one thing out of it maybe later. The research parts, you can just put those in a hopper attached to your laboratory as soon as you build it, which we're actually going to do next if we can. Let's go take a quick look at what I need. I believe I have the parts. I could be wrong. I usually am. So we need 3 by 3 by 3. So, oh, right, we need the experimental pods. I forgot about that. I do, however, believe I have 3. Okay, no problem. Fill you up with basic PCBs. Ah, see, it's a power issue. It's not even a... Right. Oh, okay, we can't build the lab just yet. That's fine. Right now I've got my paste down here. I moved it while I was replacing everything. This will not be staying here. It is in the way. It doesn't look good. Okay. All of those filled up. My ore, everything, coals are all good. I just need to wait now for... I might feed a little bit more power into him so that it's not as slow. What is it? 1% of power? I'm going to try to feed him more power if I can. Well, see, it's definitely not the power generation. It's just the capabilities of this laser power transmitter. I have picked up a pretty good supply of diamonds, so I can actually go ahead and research lenses. Under the recipes, I have diamond and emerald. Now, emerald is actually better, and I have one of those, and I don't even know what else emeralds are used for. Nothing, I don't think. Sapphires, I know, used to be used in hard resin farming, but I believe that has been changed, so it no longer takes sapphires, it takes something else.
Crafting.
So we got an emerald focusing lens. I'd like to put something on top of here so I can shortcut to the top of this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put... I think I'll put my lift on the outside. So we're going to just put an emerald focusing lens, and that raises the power up to 13 instead of 10. That's not a whole lot, granted. And I think I can... No one's going to be seeing any of this anyway, so I can do that too. Plenty of these basic laser energy transmitters. I mean, it raised the power up barely, but we'll be getting them a little faster now. I'll be able to get my lab done a little sooner. And I'll be back when I have the parts I need to build the lab. I'd say it's just about finished. I got the second floor. I got lifts going up. I got a roof. Power's going to go on the roof, get beamed down. What I'm doing down here is, for now, I'm going to leave these open so that I can access them from the outside, so I don't actually have to come in here every time. And these will be my paste makers. Well, I guess I only have 4, so that's okay. Anyway, I haven't quite done this correctly. And I'll still have to come up here and actually pick these up. I need more hoppers, and I need to set these as remove only. Fix my little thing. And then I need to put a walkway, of course, around. But there is our smeltery for tier 1 paste, and then power is going to go up top, of course. I'll probably set up another lift to bring me up to the roof, or maybe I'll cut a hole in one of these. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll get to that in a little bit. For now, let's check and see if we can make our lab. 8 basic experimental pods. No, I need 9. And you are quite a ways away from being able to complete that. Well, that's a bother. Okay, be right back. I finally have enough to craft the lab. I know this episode's getting long, so I'm going to quickly knock this out. There we go. Won't exactly be the most functional right here, but I can kind of edit the ceiling a little bit. It will definitely be nicest looking, I think, right here. And that's what's important to me right now. At least for this playthrough, aesthetics really is the important. This definitely need, as soon as possible, I will probably start that research. Basic minor upgrades. As soon as I have the pod, I'm going to gather a lot of materials, make some more paste in between episodes. But I thank you for watching, and I really hope to